Well, let's get busy and make a patriotic wreath to be the first of the season. I'm using a 1524 work form that I got from Craft Outlet, and I'm just going to go around and open up the bottom. We're going to do a poof wreath with some ruffles and a big bow. Now let me show you. This bow is something I had in my stash. It looks like nothing at all, but it's quite an elaborate long bow. And we're going to try to use this again. Let's see if we can make it work. If we can't, we can always make a new one. But we're going to start with the poofs. And I have this pretty, if I can find the end of it, somewhere here. Here, okay. I have this pretty red mesh that has a gold stripe in it. So we're going to start on the bottom. I'm going to gather the mesh. Now, I've shown you before, but outside of my house is my front door, and then I have a carport, and then there's a long driveway, and at the end of that driveway there's a brick column that has a lamp on it, like a lamp post. It's a brick lamp post. And so what I'm going to try to do is to do two pieces that would coordinate with each other. So this one will be for the door, and then we'll also be doing one of those yardstick swags, because you can see both of these at the same time. So we want to try to coordinate. All right, now I have that attached. I'm going to get my raw edges underneath. And I'm going to go out about 10 inches. Now, I watch a lady called Hardworking Mom, and she's a very good wreath maker, but she's also an entrepreneur now, and she's started with just making and selling wreaths and doing some craft shows, but now she has her own online business. And in one of her videos, she showed, if you didn't know how to measure, to go from where you are on this one, go past this one to the next one, and that is about your 10 inches. These, and that way you can get consistent poofs all the way around. If you find it difficult to measure. So I have this one here. I'm going to go past it. I'm going over to this one, and then I'm coming back to the one I skipped. I've made enough of them that I pretty much know where my 10 inches is, so I don't generally do that. But I thought that was a clever little trick if you have difficulty measuring for the poofs. And you know, very honestly, you want to keep them as close to as the same as possible. But if one is 9 and one is 11, it's really not going to make a whole lot of difference. but you don't want one 10 and one 5. It is a cold, dreary, rainy, drizzly, windy day here. You don't hear me say that too often, but that's what it is. And I also have work going on again. It's a never-ending saga, but I have 62 boxes of flooring sitting outside here, not out in my entryway. And they're starting to put some of the floor down today. So if it gets too loud, I don't think where I'm at right now, I'm downstairs in the roof in the shed, and I have the door shut. It shouldn't be too bad because he's going to be working the other end of the house in my bedroom. But if it gets too loud, I'll have to do a voiceover. Now I'm around to the beginning again, so I'm just going to go up here. This is as simple as you can make it. And it's really something when you put the top row in, how much that fills in. And isn't that nice and poofy, huh? Oh, stuck to itself. Here we go. And this is the last tie. Would you believe how quickly we got around there? So now I'm going to take my mesh and I'm going to put one more right here because that's where I started the second row, and it just fills it in a little bit. Alright, we're going to cut it off. Bring it down through the frame to the back. zip tie it on, and I'm right next to the other one. Oh, here we go. Get that. All right, let's put some ruffles on. The mesh I'm using for ruffles is a red and white and blue stripe. I've cut it at 20 inches. I'm folding under both ends just the tiniest bit because these meshes have a loose weave and they will ravel easily. Ready? And of course the one I'm starting with is at the end of the row. It's all curly. These are cut, I told you, I think 20 inches, and all of this mesh came from Craft Outlet. This is a 10-inch mesh, and the poofs were made with a 21-inch mesh. And there should be 18 poofs. There's 10 ties on the bottom and 8 ties on the top. And I'm just kind of doing both of them at the same time here. It adds some pretty color, doesn't it? and round. I know I've got two. Let's find the other one. There it is. And the poofs make those ruffles stand right up. You don't have to work as hard to get them like to fit together because the poofs really have them standing up by themselves. This has a blue line right in the middle, and I'm following the blue line, sort of like following the yellow brick road. I have another roll of this mesh, and that's what I'm going to use to make the ruffles, along with some plain red for the swag for the lamp post. Now I have two options. I can do a yardstick swag, or I have a red swag that I can use. And I haven't decided which one I'm going to use. The yardstick would be longer. And we haven't done a yardstick in quite a while. So I'm leaning towards that. This is amazing, isn't it? This, when you're making a regular ruffle, you notice the curl is down. If I were doing a woodland ruffle, I might have the curl up. Somewhere here, there is a tie. Here we are. And it got stuck behind the frame. Let me just get it out. There we go. This is really going to be visible from the street because it's very puffy. One more. Look at that, guys. That certainly does make a statement. Now, let's just see what this bow can do here. Some wire. I can add wire. You know, it's just sad to throw these away if they can be used. There's a lot of ribbon in there, and ribbon is not cheap. Now I'm going to add, I think I have to add a little wire to the pieces in the back here. They're not long enough. Now let's see what we can do with this. Now these pieces of wire are so long. think I might shorten these a little bit. Here we go. Look at that. Let me go up and put it on the door and we'll see what we have come up with. Be right back. Well, there it is. Look at that. That is, wow. That bow really is perfect on there. And it's so poofy and big. Look at all the different colors. It doesn't need another thing. It doesn't need a sign. It doesn't need any other ribbons. That's all it needs. I hope you can see it well enough. The lighting in here right now is not the greatest because it is dark and dreary outside. But it really came out special. So pretty soon I'll be able to put that out. It's a little bit early. Sorry there's some talking in the background, but we'll muddle through it here. So now, because I'm upstairs now and he's working in the room next door to me. So anyway and anyhow, if you like this, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, share the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you next time for a cooking video. Until then, I hope you have a great afternoon. And if it's nice and sunny where you are, good for you. If it's raining, stay indoors like me. And I'll see you again shortly. Until then, everybody play nice now. Love ya. Bye-bye.